So, when you guys leave and you do the big jump, right? It's pitched in the shower, yes?
Yeah, he tells me he's leaving, and I think we're
The locker
I
room, the shower, something, right? He
well,
comes
I
over.
mean, yeah, and I wanna think that, like, we're in, like, West Virginia because he gives me, like, I'm gone, and he, like, you know, he tells me the numbers, and I'm like, "Wow," and, like, 180 days. I'm like but, I'm on top, and, ended up, I was still on top when, when Brett wouldn't take the power bomb in that In Your House in Louisville. I said I walked in the locker room. We were in the shower again, and, I just looked at him, I said, "Fuck, I'm joining you."
Oh, maybe that's what it was in the show. Okay, when you decided to go, right?
Yeah, we were in the shower together.
Was that was that was that really the determining factor for you, like the last straw for you?
Yeah, because it was and I love Brett, but I mean, my first pay-per-view, like, I watched, I watched when they were I always like to watch how people handle, when they make somebody a champion for the first time, and that Hangman became a champion for AEW. So, like, I watch TBS because basketball's on there, TNT and shit, and, I see where they're gonna have, Bryan Daniels, fight him. So I'm like, "Oh, fuck, man." Like, they're gonna go with this guy, Brian's gonna put a they went like fucking a draw,
Mm,
and I said, "Ooh, Royal Rumble." Fucking that fucking match I had with Brett with 29 run-ins. It's like, my first fucking title defense is a fucking draw? Like, wow, way to put way to put the fucking bank behind me.
nice
Buy
pound
9
cashboard.
buy 9 shares. Fuck you.
So, so you but what was the I mean, the days certainly would be after, being on the hamster wheel of the WWE. I'm sure the number of days that WCW required was a huge factor, right? Being able to
Oh
be
my
home half
god.
the year.
I mean, you have to realize too, my wife is I leave January the 6th. My son is born I mean, I'm sorry. I leave June 6th. My son is born June the 12th.
Mm,
I do one night, I do that my opening nitro, I come home and my son's born.
mhm. Yeah,
And I mean, to have, even though I was still gone a shitload, to have half of the time I had extra with my son was fucking, you couldn't put a price on just that, let alone knowing exactly how much you were gonna get every 2 weeks, so you could, A, pay your bills, B, actually, lo and behold, set up with a financial advisor and start putting together a portfolio.
right, something predictable and dependable like that, yeah.
It was like having a real fucking job, and it
Was
just
your first deal a 3-year deal? It was like 800, 900, or something,
yeah,
700,
so like
800.
that, and I mean, we renegotiated fucking about as often as I take a shit. I mean, it seemed like, fuck, let's renegotiate. But you know what? As soon as Jim Ross, man, God bless you, Jim. As soon as he fucking said, that Razor and Diesel were coming back, okay, my fucking pager rang with a 404 and a 911, and next thing you know, I'm calling. They're telling me to get on a fucking private plane, meet with Lambros and Bischoff, and what the fuck's going on? You guys want more money? Sure, we'll take more money.
Yeah.
More money, longer terms, yeah. Then
You mentioned
Barry went in and got another deal for us.
Barry Bloom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Barry got another deal, and
When did he start negotiating for you guys? Was it
at the beginning,
WCW?
yeah, the WCW. There was no negotiating with it with Vince. Your contract was you were guaranteed 10 dates at $150. a $1,500 a year guarantee.
So and Barry was represented all you guys?
Yeah, very. I mean, and then like when Bill came in, we got we got Bill to Barry, and like we brought everybody to Barry. Paul was all the WWE. Finally, the WWE wouldn't do business with him. They wouldn't negotiate with him.
Mm. When you walk out, when you leave and you do WCW, what's the first time that you're in Vince's company again?
I see him in Newark Airport.
No kidding.
Yep.
A
I wait.
chance meeting.
Yeah, and and it was I mean, I've always gotten along with Vince. I've never had words with Vince. I've never been pissed off at Vince. I've been disappointed a couple of times with decisions that didn't go the way that I thought they should have, or things. But as far as just Vince McMahon, the man, I've just he's a fucking he's a man. You know, he's not some bitch. You know,
But
he's
when you
fucking.
left when you left for more money, he wasn't he wasn't sore about it?
He understood.
Mm.
You know, I mean, he was. I'm sure he was sore, but I mean, it was just like because I said, "Come on, man, just match their fucking offer, else I want to stay." Wasn't like "fuck you." I was like, "Man, I got a kid coming," you know.
And was it it was the money he couldn't match, or was it the
Yeah,
days he
but
was, or both?
it wasn't. It wasn't even that he couldn't match the money. He just knew that if he did it for me, he was going to have to do it for that whole locker room, and he couldn't financially do that at that time.
Mm.
You know, so we just like
So what happens in Newark when you see him?
we just saw each other. We hugged, talked for a little bit. You know, we went our own. You know, I went my way, he went his.
Mhm.
But
Your time in TNA with Scott was, wasn't as, do you look back at as fondly as the time you were together in WCW and WWE? I
nothing will
mean,
touch what we did together in WCW. I mean, that was because we went in like we were Butch and Sundance. We were Poncho and Lefty. I mean, it was the two of us against everybody.
mm,
And you know, when you get that much heat on the baby faces week in and week out, and they're all in there fucking pissing and moaning, you're not exactly. And then Scott and I would have this, and it wasn't like even on purpose. It was just something that we would say, and like the guys would be talking about, you know, different shit, and we'd be like, "Well, when we were in New York," and I remember one time we were in Minneapolis, and Sting was in the locker room next to us, and I heard he was talking to Lex, and I heard Steve say, "If I hear them motherfuckers say, well, when we were in New York one more time,' and if there was like that fiber board that you can move it," I
yeah.
knocked and I said, "Heard that." But Steve was, I mean, me and Steve have been friends since, you know, he tried to save me from getting, I was going to get fired when I was Oz, and he was trying to save me, but then I think Dusty got fired before I got fired.